we're getting known right there, though. But we have special guest Daniel Jones, quarterback at Duke, with us today, though. So let's talk a little bit about the Blue Devils. That Duke was a team that the culture has changed in the past years there, though. Talk us to us a little bit about your team this year.
I mean, we're excited. We had, speaking offensively, we have some guys like myself who didn't expect to play as much as, we ended up playing last year. So, some guys coming back with some experience, which is exciting for us and, gives us some confidence going into 2017.
What's it like being a quarterback, playing for Coach Cutcliffe? Coach Cutcliffe's one of my favorite coaches. I think he's a great guy, but man, look at what he's done, like what he had Peyton Manning and guys like that. As far as the position you play, developing quarterbacks, how's it been having a coach like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely special, and it's an advantage for me to be able to play for a guy who has such a proven background, such a good track record with quarterbacks. So, day in and day out, he's in our ear and he's helping us develop. Throughout last year, he was constantly supporting me and giving me confidence, and that was huge for me as a young quarterback, and something I'm very appreciative of.
You talk about last year that I know they had a injured quarterback who he didn't make it back from injury there, though. What did you learn with that on the game experience last year? You think that'll help you be a better quarterback this year?
As a team, I think, and personally, I think consistency was something we struggled with, and throughout the season. I think in the ACCs, particularly in the Coastal, everyone's so evenly matched, everyone's so talented that, the team that's consistent enough to make one or two more plays at the end of the game is usually going to be the team that wins. So, it requires 4 quarters of consistently, solid football. So, that's something that I definitely took away from last year, and something that we'll focus on going into this season.
Media Day in Charlotte. You coming back home to Charlotte.
That's right.
How has this been for you? Has it been special, or a little bit different though? But getting to come back home for Media Day today.
Yeah, it's definitely cool to come back home. I got to go by the house last night and see my family, so that's definitely an added benefit of Media Day being in Charlotte. So spend the weekend here, and then head back up to Durham Sunday.
I know Braxton Beaver, played at Duke and went through the whole process of trying to be picked up and all that. Have you talked to anyone like that as far as the next step from here out, and gotten any of those guys giving you any good advice?
Those guys. The thing about Duke is those guys love coming back, and they love making sure the program's where they left it. And so I've seen Deaver, and I've seen a bunch of those guys who are playing, have experience playing beyond college. And as far as my outlook on it, I wouldn't say it's too in depth yet. I mean, I'm very focused on making sure next week's good, our workouts go well, and we're in position to start camp as prepared as possible. So my personal preparation for that, or my trying to prepare for the next step is probably not in my forefront of thoughts right now.
Well, going along those lines, take us through your game day routine.
So we stay in a Hilton hotel close to campus, and we'll go from the hotel to campus. We have our Devil Walk through Sheshevskyville, actually, to the Yo building. That's a lot of fun. That we'll see friends and family will be around for that. Once we get in the locker room, it's you get taped up and you hit the field. So usually Quinn Harris and I are out there throwing for a good bit, warming up, and then back in the locker room. That's always a good time right before the game in the locker room, where everyone's getting ready for the game, everyone's getting pumped up, and and take the field and play. So game day is special, and you only get 12 of them. You're only guaranteed 12 of them a year. Hopefully, more than that, but definitely look forward to that.
Being a quarterback, there's a lot of pressure in the game, a lot of weight on your shoulders. Go ahead and tell me, what percentage of the game to you is mental versus physical?
I think at quarterback, especially in college, everyone is talented. Everyone can throw the football. What separates people is the mental aspect of it, and I think that's huge. As far as an exact percentage, I'm not sure, but I would say the majority of it probably is mental. and developing that. Learning as quickly as you can and not repeating mistakes is huge. So, going into my second year, hopefully I'll be able to progress in that regard.
I have been a longtime Duke fan. I was a college and high school basketball coach, Coach Tony. We used to come up to Coach K's basketball clinics all the time. So we followed Duke basketball. Now that Coach Cliff is there, we followed Duke football. But I was there this past year for a basketball game and could not believe the facilities you've got now. Can you talk a little bit about how the facilities and things have changed as far as all the neat things you've got now for football there?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely taken off. Even before I got there, there was still a track around the field, and the stadium was kind of probably a few years maybe stuck in the 90s a little bit, but it's come a long way since then. It's been fun to watch. They're renovating they did the press box before last season, and now they've done working on the concourse now. It's real state-of-the-art facilities, and cool to see, and we're just excited to kick off the season.
What was it that made you want to go when you were being recruited? Why Duke?
Being in North Carolina, I was very, very aware of Coach Cutcliffe's immediate impact and the energy and direction the program was headed. So that was exciting, and Coach Cutcliffe's quarterback, background and quarterback history was something that was obviously enticing, but also academically it was a chance to earn a very valuable degree and something that hopefully will help me out in the future after I'm finished playing football. So to me it was the best combination of both, and I'm very fortunate to be in the situation I'm in.
We're talking with Daniel Jones, Duke quarterback. Who has had the biggest impact on your life and your career?
Certainly my parents first and foremost. My mom and my dad have been huge. Being only 2 hours away now, I still get to see them and be home some, which is good and helpful for me. So I would definitely say my parents have had the strongest impact on both my athletic career and just my life in general.
All right, you're a Duke guy, so I'm gonna pull out two deep questions on you right now.
All
right. First one is, you've been going around having to talk to everybody today like that, but if you could pick one person that you would want to sit down, it can be somebody who's lived previously, is dead now, somebody in the future. If you could pick one person to sit down and spend an hour with talking, who would that be, and what would you talk about?
That's an interesting question. I actually spent some time at the Manning Passing Academy earlier this summer, so talking to both Peyton and Eli was kind of surreal to me. I think Michael Jordan would be a really cool person to talk to. As just arguably the greatest athlete of all time, or one of those kind of greats would be an interesting conversation.
Okay. Next deep question. I'm sure you know a lot of people having grown up in Charlotte, but if you walked out of here and you met somebody for the first time on your way going to the car to go back to Duke, and they didn't know who in the world you were, what would be the most important thing you would want them to know about you?
Probably my family and who I come from, and the people that have influenced me the most, and that's definitely my family. So
you're a family
my mom and
guy.
dad and my brothers and sisters. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. If you were not playing football, what would you be doing?
Hopefully in school somewhere. I don't know exactly what I'd be doing, and I'm studying economics at Duke now, so something in that field eventually I would be on track to do, I guess.
Football's a time-consuming sport. What does Daniel like to do to unwind and relax?
Well, in the summer, I play a good bit of golf with guys on the team. We got a good group who play, and that's competitive, but you're still able to unwind and relax a little bit. So, that's a lot of fun.
You're still a young guy. You probably hadn't even thought about a bucket list, but what's something you really want to do in life that you haven't done yet?
Something I really want to do. let's see. Probably, I haven't been to Europe, so I'd like to do that. Probably just travel to places I haven't been yet. So somewhere in Europe would be interesting for me, and hopefully I'll get the chance to do that.
Well, Daniel, we have enjoyed having you. I know y'all probably getting ready to go back to Durham, though, but we appreciate you taking time to come be with us, and
Absolutely.
Go Blue Devils.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great season this year.
Thank you.